Okay, here we are on 3-4, the chain rule, and this is the best section because now once you know the chain rule, you can take derivatives of just about everything, or every combination of things, of functions. So let's start here. G of x equals 4x squared plus 1 to the 7th. So g prime of x is the outside function, 7 times 4x squared plus 1 to the 6th times the derivative of the inside times 8x. Remember, it's always outside, inside. So that'd be 56x times 4x squared plus 1 to the 6th. Okay, 6. W equals square root of t plus 1 to the 100. W prime, outside function first, 100, square root of t plus 1 to the 99, and then times the derivative of the inside. Well, the derivative of t, square root of t is 1/2 t to the negative 1/2. There's not really a whole lot of simplifying we can do here. I guess there is. The 2 and the 100 gives you 50, square root of t plus 1 to the 99 over square root of t, right? 9. W of r equals square root of r to the 4th plus 1. Well, you got to think of that as r to the 4th plus 1 to the 1/2 power. So then W prime of r is 1/2 r to the 4th plus 1 to the negative 1/2, and then times the derivative of the inside, 4x cubed. Okay, so then that becomes the 2 cancels with 2 of those, so I get 2x cubed over the square root of r to the 4th plus 1. Okay, just makes it answer look a bit nicer. 12, y equals e to the 3 w over 2. You have to recognize that's 3/2 w. So y prime is e to the 3/2 w because the outside function is e to the x times the derivative of the inside, which would be 3/2. So it would just be 3/2 e to the 3/2 w. Let's see, 15. W is 100 e to the negative x squared. W prime is 100. The constant stays out front. E to the negative x squared. Derivative of e to something is e to something. And the chain rule is times the inside, which is that guy. So the derivative of that, it's going to be negative 2x. Okay, so that becomes negative 200 x e to the negative x squared. 18. G of x equals 3 to the 2x plus 7. So g prime of x is 3 to the 2x plus 7, natural log of 3, and then the chain rule says times the derivative of the inside, which is the derivative of that, which is 2. Okay, so you can't really do much more simplifying than that on that guy. 21. V of t equals t squared e to the negative ct. C is a constant. Well, now when we look at this, you have to recognize this is if I want to take the derivative of this, it's a product. So v prime of t is the first times the derivative of the second, e to the negative ct, and then the chain rule says I got to multiply by negative c, the derivative of the exponent, plus the second times the derivative of the first. Okay. Does that make sense? So we probably want to simplify it, maybe do something like this. Negative ct squared e to the negative ct plus 2t e to the negative ct. Something like that probably. And 24, y equals e to the negative 4t, y prime equals e to the negative 4t times the derivative of the inside, which is negative 4. So really what makes these problems different or challenging would be recognizing what's the outside function and what's the inside function, and always doing the derivative of the outside function first.